Is happiness still possible?
Happiness is the goal of every human being. There is happiness on temporary basis. There is happiness on a permanent basis. Since you asked me the question as what is real happiness, the real happiness comes from your heart. What makes you truly happy forever? But unfortunately, man runs after his temporary happiness through his purusharthas, through his ardhas, like the power of acquisition, power of senses. He goes into a happiness which makes him extremely happy, but immediately there is a come down of happiness. The mood of the mind changes from happiness to something else, which he doesn't want, because the goal of man has got two goals. One goal is of the mind, the other goal is of spirituality, which is for the soul. The happiness for the soul is always giving. I'll give you an example of giving. When I say giving, it's not renouncing. What I mean by giving is what I have to share it. If I buy, for example, full house full of vegetables and fruits and store them in the refrigerator, what will happen to that? Either it will go rotten, or you have to throw it, or it's going to be spoiled. So what is the purpose of taking everything and keeping it in the cupboard? You have to make use of it. Once you make use of the acquisition that you have, it will give you a permanent happiness. Like I'll give you an example of nature. God has created, or you can say the universal energy has come into existence in the form of water, for example. The rainwater. How does it happen? The sun heats up the ocean and the water rises as vapor and comes back to you in the form of rain, again to go back and come back to you. It is there to serve. The energy of the sun is to give you light. The energy of the sun is to give you energy, to perform, to act, to live your life. And you take the tree. The tree's work is to yield fruits for you, to yield vegetables for you, to give shade to you. What is the use of that fruit to the tree? Nothing. You take away the fruit and you eat it. Same way with animals, for example, cows. What does the cow do? You give him food, he gives you back milk as food for humans. Even everything of the cow is being used by man. So this nature is blooming and happy. So are the animals happy. It's only man who looks for happiness and asks the question, how can I be happy? Because the acquisition, the tendency, the desire to acquire wealth in the material form is intense in man, and the material happiness will give him truly temporary happiness. For example, I am looking to get a job, and I do get a job of my liking. I love my job. I'm so happy. Within 6 months, I'm not unhappy with the job, but I'm not enjoying the same happiness that I enjoyed 6 months ago, because they are your materialistic happiness. I get a lottery. I get a lottery for 1 crore. I'm very happy. I've already planned out everything that I have to do in that 1 crore. Or maybe my planning is much more than what I get, because desire always is one step ahead of your satisfaction. So you always acquire and acquire and acquire and enjoy the happiness. I get married to a most beautiful girl, I am extremely happy. I get 2 beautiful children, I am very happy. There is step of happiness in everything in man, but he does not realize what he is looking for. The very fact that you ask me this question, what is real happiness, means that these are all not the happiness that you are looking for. There is a permanent happiness that you are looking for in life, and that you can get only from your inner self. I have to make a will that I will be happy. I'll tell you why. Happiness and sorrow both are locked in a capsule, and you are swallowing that capsule every day, and it's like snakes and ladder. The dice you throw, you don't know which side of the dice is going to come to you. And if you want the desired dice to come on the board, you should have done that kind of karma to deserve that dice. So when I talk about happiness, there is also sorrow behind it. Why? Because all these material acquisitions, I have a fear of losing them. I don't know if it will stay with me, because at the back of your mind, you already know that nothing is permanent in this world. What is permanent is the change. Change is the most permanent thing in this world. I know it. Everybody knows it. But I have not accepted it. I am on denial. So I keep fighting. How can that be? How can it not give me a permanent happiness? Let me fight it. It's like fighting against the blank wall. Never going to find it. Because the whole world is temporary. You yourself are temporary. So when the temporary happiness or the material happiness that comes to you, or the external world stimulates that happiness for you, it is impermanent. People, the youngsters today, they decide, oh, let's go celebrate. What is the concept of celebration? Oh, let's go to the bar, let's go to the pub, let's go have a drink, enjoy ourselves, listen to techno music, come home. After you have done all that, while you are there, you are very happy. After coming home, you feel depleted, because that thing which you thought that was giving you happiness cannot go on forever. Nothing can be forever. So the real happiness is within you. I have to make a strong will that I have to be happy. I have to remain happy no matter what. Why? Because I come with that balance sheet.